Hello, everyone. Going live. Who got Pinot instead of Chardonnay? David, did you? What else is everyone saying? So I know that. No? Okay. So Keely and Nareem buy 2 boxes, and one of their boxes had Pinot rather than Chardonnay, so I reckon that's the best of both worlds. Michelle and Brett got Pinot instead of Chardonnay, so I'm sorry about that, Michelle and Brett. Rita got me started. Hello, Dan. How you going? If I get people's names wrong, please forgive me. As we discovered last week, YouTube has changed things, so I can't see people's names, just their handles. So I just have to kind of assume. I think I know most of you. So hello. Who said hello first? I think Rita did. Hello, Rita. You win the hello chat today. Oh no, Fiona said hi first. Hi, Fiona. Hello. Hi, Karen. Hello, David. Hello, Jeff and Sue. Karen, does that mean that that your husband is out at another Christmas party tonight? I hope Joan and you are going to enjoy the Chardonnay or Pinot Noir, if that's what you got in your box. Who haven't I said hello to? Rob, hello. Kay, hello. Rita, hello. David and Fee, I've said hello to. Dan, I've said hello to. Daryl and Sue, hello. Craig, you're there. Hello. Are you far away? Are you? You're there for this one. Oh, good. So you're both chatting. Hello, Andrew just arrived with the Brother Show to take away. We're trialing Japanese fusion with the wine. Good, excellent. You got the Chardonnay. Excellent. Coddy and John just planning up chicken and rice with the broccolini side. Alison's still cooking. Alison, it's a good recipe. I slightly undersalted mine, but it's got good flavours. Hello, Emily. Kevin's in the US again. Oh, my goodness. And Emily was one of the lucky people who got the Pinot, but hopefully Leonie got to you in time to swap it over or drop you off a Chardonnay. Anyway, what a debacle. It's been a bit of one of those weeks, months, whatever, days. Change of names, handles causing confusion, but Chardonnay here. Excellent, Karen. Peter and Karen are there. Hello. Linda, g'day. Lovely saffron chicken. Yes, I made enough saffron chicken to send Linda and Leonie home with some today because Jill and Richard are going out tasting and Peter's gone. No worries. Cooking Alison's special. Be ready after the tasting. Good. Did anyone make gougere? I was going to make gougere, but I just completely didn't have time today. So we've had quite a week. Pete had to go to the dentist and so he wasn't here today. Jill and Richard disappeared for hours and poor Jeremy has got a sick child at home. So we were down 4 people from the normal getting ready for drinks with Kate crew. But we're here. Polly's eaten most of her dinner, which I'm very pleased to see. Good girl, Polly. Kay's Kay's retracted her her message. I didn't read it, so that's all right. The December-itis is real. It absolutely is. Whiting Sanger, good work, Kay. Sounds delicious. But you got the Chardonnay, yeah? So that'll work. I think if anyone, good, Peter and Karen, I'm glad that you made the gougere. I hope that I know that they will go beautifully with the wine. And even if you got the Pinot Noir, gougere and the saffron chicken will go really well with Pinot. So it's the best week for us to have stuffed things up. I know that Rita had a backup bottle of 22 McIntyre Chardonnay, so I'll try and sort of cover that off when we're talking. Yeah, there we go. 22 tucked away. Good work, Rita. But for most of us, we'll be drinking the Moorooduc McIntyre 2025. So that's exciting. Craig, you made the deconstruct gougere just eating the cheese. That's cheating. That's just eating Gruyere, which is also good. David, I thought Dan was saying that the Decemberists were real as well. Here we go. The dyes are chilling with a lovely Chardonnay. Excellent. Excellent. And I have to say that Liz will be absolutely devastated when she finds out she's sent some people the wrong wine, because she's very good at doing this, and we're very sorry that we got a little bit mixed up with the Pinots, and I just dropped Liz in it, but that's all right, because anyone could have done it. Anyway, your first course is cheese, Alison. What cheese are you having? Are you having some Gruyere? I hope. Look at that colour. Isn't that beautiful? So, as I say, I've got no one to help me drink this bottle. That doesn't mean I'm going to drink it all myself tonight, but I also don't need to worry. Rita didn't get organised for the cheese match. That's all right. You were busy doing other things, like finding out that you had the wrong wine in your box. I have got hay fever again today. I took 2 hay fever tablets, and it hasn't completely worked, so I apologise ahead of time. If I get too snuffly, I will cut things short, but we'll see how we go. In the meantime, beautiful Chardonnay in the glass. It's got the most stunning colour to it. Mine came out of the wine fridge at about 12 degrees, so a good. Sorry, I'm just getting a weird smell, but it's gone away again now. It's probably the mold in my brain or something. That's what's happening. It is quite a strong colour for a young duck, Craig. It's a deeper colour than we often see, but 2023 was small vintage, very concentrated flavours and a little more colour in it, just because of that, because the skins were quite thick and a lot of skin. Even though we don't do very much skin contact at all, there's by necessity a little bit at the beginning of things. It does, yeah. I mean, I think that it just is what it is, you know. On the nose, Cotty has already picked up the lemon curd. I think there is a lovely lemon curd character. There go Jill and Richard. Wave goodbye to Jill and Richard. Bye, Richard. Bye, Jill. Have fun. Shall I lock up the house after I've finished? You've got a key? Good, excellent. Goodbye. I'm talking to my people now. They're not watching. They've been very annoying tonight. They've been slow. I don't think that I think they'd probably prefer to stay home than go out to their tasting. But anyway, bad luck. They said yes. So golden in colour, yes, you would expect a wine of this age maybe to have a little bit less colour, but then again, we don't muck around with the colour too much. So as I said, slightly riper, slightly more concentrated vintage in 2023. It was a cool year, long, slow ripening period. So we get this beautiful intensity of flavour, and then we get this lovely acid line. On the nose, getting that beautiful lemon curd. I think I've got a stinky glass. Hang on. Everyone talk to each other for a minute. I'm going to get a fresh glass because my glass is a bit stinky and it's kind of spoiling for me. Okay. That was exciting. That's never happened before. That's better. Yeah, I was getting like this weird kind of chemical stinky smell, which I'm pretty sure is coming from the glass, because I know it's not coming from the wine. So if it's not coming from the glass, then it's coming from somewhere in the house. No, that's better. Okay. Okay, what's Shell said? First sip. Yes, absolutely. So the fruit is really intense. It's got that beautiful lemon curd, but also lemon rind. I know, glass fail, absolutely. I have to talk to the glass polishers around. I think things are going to the dogs around here at the moment. Aren't they, Polly? She says, whatever. Whatever. There she is. She's keeping an eye on things. This glass is much better. The nose, as well as the colour being developed, the nose has got some freshness, but it's got some real kind of concentrated development as well. What are people saying? It's got that lemon. It's lemon curd, and then it's lemon rind, and then it's preserved lemon because it's got that savouriness, it's got that saltiness there, and it's yeah, it's really complex. As Dan's saying, it's still got that real duck restraint to it. There's a lot of concentration. So Duck's saying the Robinson's like a dog happy to see you, whereas the duck's more like a cat. Yeah, it does its thing. Absolutely. I like that analogy. I have actually stolen that from you, Dan, in the past. I can't stop smelling it. I think it smells so gorgeous. There's white blossom, there's honeysuckle, there's the lemon, there's a little bit of apricot in there as well as white nectarine. Salty, almost oyster shell kind of characters. So anyone who's having scallops, Shell and Andrew are having shisho garlic butter scallops, and that would be beautiful with this wine. The wine loves the garlic. I bet it does. Yeah. It's much more restrained on the palate. You can feel that power. You can feel that concentration. Texturally, it's beautiful, but the aromatics are much more forward than the palate is. The palate's just kind of really quite closed in on itself, quite tight, still elegant, even though it's got lots of muscularity to it. It's a really interesting one, and I always find it really hard to find the words to describe it, because I'll say one word, and then the next word that I use that comes out of my mouth, out of my brain, is almost the opposite of what I've described it as before. And I think both of those things exist in the wine because it's a very complex and complicated wine, which is delicious. Polly was drooling for the chicken, but she ended up eating her dinner, which was very good. My chicken and rice dish, I've kind of made a mess of it visually because I had to give some to everyone who was leaving. The saffron chicken dish, I think, is delicious. I haven't had it as a match yet, but people are going for garlicky things. Rob and Luca are having garlicky buttery marinara, and that I think would be awesome with this wine as well. But this chicken dish has got some nice garlic in it too, and the green olives, I think, as well as the saffron. I'm just going to try and eat some without pouring it all down my front. Give me a sec. It's a really good dish, Alison. Before I continue that thought, thank you everyone for sending me your recipes. David and Craig, you both win the most complicated recipe award. And I'm coming to your houses and you can cook them for me because they both sound delicious. Fiona, I think we're going to make your terrine, if I can find time to type out the recipe for everyone. I think we might make the terrine as one of the options for our Christmas breakup night, because I think that'll go beautifully with the 2005 Chardonnay. Everyone else's recipe selections and suggestions were fantastic. And I think anyone who went for scallops, great idea. Anyone who went for chicken, great idea. There were a few people who had dishes with some honey chicken from Kay, that kind of thing. Really awesome things. And I think also Shell's having the ginger and oyster sauce in her fried prawn gyoza. And I think that's right. I think all of those flavours are going to go really, really well with this Chardonnay and also the 2005. So, yes, I'm glad that I shared everyone's recipes. If I missed anyone, I think I got everyone, but if I missed anyone and didn't publish a recipe on the mail out on Tuesday, please let me know and I will rectify that next week. All right. Yes. They're all awesome recipes. But back to so one of the reasons I chose the gougere and the chicken saffron rice was the chicken saffron rice. I thought I'll have time to make that today. And it sounds really tasty. I think all the flavours are going to work. And I think you absolutely nailed it, Alison. So well done. Thank you for that. This will be in high rotation at my house in the future, because I love a bit of saffron rice and I love a bit of green olive and I love a bit of chicken. Hang on. I just had to have a little bit more talking about it. Made me hungry. A Drinks with Kate cookbook paired to the Moorooduc Estate stable. I actually thought the same thing, Rob, during the week while I was sort of putting together that email. I thought maybe we need a little cookbook with wine and food suggestions. So when I've got a bit of spare time, we'll get that happening, all right? We might even get Jill in on putting some of her recipes forward, that might get us around the Jill doesn't want to do a cookbook thing. It's not a bad idea. Rita said, I have a bunch of 16-year-old boys here enjoying the chicken dish with that wine. Very good. The green olive flavour. So I bought what are they called? The like Sicilian green olives or whatever. And it was just plain green olives in brine that I had to pip myself. And I think that the green olives go really well with the wine. You wouldn't want too much. I think black olives would fight with the wine, but I think the green olives, because they've kind of cooked into the rice and the flavours kind of cooked out of them a little bit, they work pretty well. The Gougere I picked because I think Gougere are such a classic match to wine. And Karen sent me 3 recipes, and they were all sort of party dish things. So that was really fun. And I thought the Gougere of all of them, that was what I wanted to make the most. So I will make Gougere one of these days soon. But you should, anyone who hasn't made Gougere before, it's super fun because the way the dough comes together, it's really good fun. Yes, Kay sent a chicken dish with hazelnuts and honey, which sounded pretty good. That sounded really yummy too, Kay. So I will be trying that again myself. And I thought that would work. Maybe with a Chardonnay with a little bit more age, because I find our Chardonnays develop a hazelnutty richness with a bit more age, whereas this one doesn't have that nuttiness really coming on. If you get a little bit of nuttiness, it's more cashew nut for me. Sicilian olives in lemon and herb. Okay, it goes quite well, says Dan. What is Gougere? Okay, Rita, let me tell you about Gougere because they are awesome. There is a recipe for Gougere in the first email that I sent out on Tuesday, because that was a PDF that Karen sent me. They're basically savoury choux pastry. So you make choux pastry, which is what you make profiteroles or eclairs out of, but they have cheese through them, and you bake them and they puff up, and you get a hole in the middle, and they're light as air, and you bite into them, and they're crunchy on the outside, and they're a little bit kind of doughy in the middle, but only a little bit, and there's just air in the middle. So they're the most fabulous things. Everyone has a different way of doing them, and sometimes Gougeres will go completely flat and you won't have the hole in the middle, and that's okay too. They taste all right, but the best ones are when they puff up and they have the nice hollow middle, and then you just eat them. They've got Gruyere. I think there's cheese in the pastry as well as on top of the Gruyere, on top of the Gougere. It's difficult, Gruyere, Gougere. The words are a little bit too similar. But you sprinkle some cheese over the top as well. Alison loves them, has a friend who does them brilliantly. Jill makes them very, very well when she can be bothered, but it's not really her favourite kind of cooking. Fee's saying that they always serve them at Jacques Raymond. That's right. And if you go to France, you'll often get a Gougere at the beginning of a cocktail party or a meal. But they're also something that you need to make you need to bake them just before you eat them, because they have to be hot, almost so that you burn yourself on the steam that comes out of the middle of them. Hi Anne. Anne loves a Gougere. Planned on making them tonight, but lost her mojo to take on choux pastry. I know it's a bit of a 3 weekends before Christmas. It's a little bit of it's a bit of a big ask, but I thought, there'll be someone who'll rise to the challenge, just like the Gougere. And I think Karen, how did your Gougeres go? Are they delicious? Are they working well with the wine? I'm not sure. You may have already commented on that. I might have missed you in the conversation. This wine is opening up really beautifully. I'm just going to smell my dodgy glass again. Yeah. Oh, there's something really wrong with. There's something mouldy about that glass. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have a proper look at that later, because it chemically or something. Anyway, much better. Kay's mum used to make choux pastry all the time when lived on the Aussie version. Cream puffs, yeah. So, yeah, choux pastry, you can make it. Most people will make it into a sweet bun by filling it with sweet cream. putting some icing on it, dipping it in toffee if you're making profiteroles. Pretty good. Baked cheese bicky is a good alternative, says Anne. Yep, absolutely. Peter and Karen are saying they're great with the wine, not my best puffing work. Photo now on Drinks with Kate chat and Salad for Health. Good work. Thank you. That is very, very good. Speaking of the Drinks with Kate chat, if anyone's not on the chat who is on this regular chat and wants to get onto the WhatsApp thing, just send me a little email and I'll invite you, because most of you are on there. It started off as a chat from the trip, and I know there's a few of you who didn't come on the trip and who probably would like to start talking. I have to warn you, if you get on the WhatsApp, then these guys start talking about Drinks with Kate at least an hour before Drinks with Kate starts, and it tends to go on afterwards as well, but it's quite funny and it's very good. So if you're not getting enough Drinks with Kate in your life, then let me know and I'll get you onto the WhatsApp as well. Dan, you're not on it, but that might be a good thing. Possibly, Dan, but if you want to be on it, you send me an email or send me a Craig hasn't been cancelled yet on Drinks with Kate chat. That's true. That's true. We'd love to have you, Dan. Absolutely. And I think Sue and Jeff are not on it either. There's probably more of you who are not on it, but Craig's been very well behaved on the chat. I think he's probably got too much to do to chat too much on the WhatsApp. For some people, 45 minutes of Drinks with Kate a week is enough. Some people it's not. So how's this wine going? It's got more savoury for me, and it's partly because I'm smelling the chicken and the saffron coming up off my plate, but it's also not for lack of trying. Exactly, Craig. Craig, you've been saving up your jokes, and then you've been hitting us with really good ones when you do bring them out. It's a busy time of year to be on the WhatsApp too much. Jeff and Sue is absolutely a starter. I'm loving this wine too, Kay. Sanger's gone, so now just drinking. Good work. Are you back on the booze, Kay? Good to hear it. Lions, you've got FOMO. Remind me tomorrow, because everything that I say on Drinks with Kate goes in one ear and completely out of my brain half a second later. So it's the perfect venue for you to say anything that you like, because I forget it almost immediately. We get off the call, and I go, oh, what did we say? I guess I could go back and look at the transcript or watch it again, but that's excruciating for me. So there's some really nice baked brioche, almost gougere, I might say, kind of aromatics coming through here, sort of choux pastry, savoury, cheesy character coming up on the wine now, which is lovely. You'll notice that I'm swirling it constantly because I'm finding it's changing a lot in the glass. And I think it's evolving a lot. Shell's saying it's going well with the salmon sashimi. Absolutely, it will. Craig, you're trying to de-digitize. Yes, selling AI during the day does need detoxing. I totally agree. You could just pretend to be a 15-year-old boy, Craig, and then they'll kick you off all the social media. Just tell them you're 15, and then you'll be safe. Is it too soon to make jokes about that? Comments? Anyway, we'll keep moving. I also feel like I need to detox from social media sometimes. So you'll notice I'm not putting a lot of personal stuff up for those who follow me. I'm trying to keep up with the Moorooduc Estate, just to keep people noticing that we exist, because people have short memories these days. But I'd quite like to have a serious break from all of the social medias. Can't sell Craig alcohol then. That's all right. I have other ways of getting to Craig. Don't you worry about that. Sue doesn't really like Chardonnay, but she loves this one. That's good, Sue. It's nice to hear. I know that Chardonnay's not your grape variety, but we always manage to twist your arm and find something that you like with the duck. I think also I've got to say the bay leaf in that chicken dish is really good, because it brings up a lot of perfume from the bay leaf that works really nicely with the chicken and with the wine. That savouriness. I can't even describe the smell of a bay leaf. if anyone can help me with that, that would be very helpful. But it's very savoury. It's not green. It's kind of more savoury than that. But it's just really rather lovely. Yes, I do send Craig carrier pigeons with written pricing at least once a week. It works very well. I'm running out of pigeons though. It was Moorooduc Estate that reconnected me, Kay to Chardonnay in about 2017. I'm so glad. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of really unexciting Chardonnay out there in the world, and Chardonnay is the grape variety that reacts most to where it's grown and how it's made. So saying that you like all Chardonnay or saying inversely that you dislike all Chardonnay is kind of like saying that you like or you dislike soup. There are so many different flavors and textures and characters to Chardonnay and soup that we'll probably find something that works for everyone, and we'll probably find something that you don't like as well. So it's just worth finding the producers that you love and sticking with them, and then making sure that when you're going out into the world that you don't know, you're tasting things before you're buying them, and then you're buying one bottle and taking it home and drinking it at home in your normal environment. And then if you still like it, then buy a 6-pack or buy a dozen, whatever. Rita, the 22 Duck is delicious. It is lighter in colour. It is more medium-bodied, slight mineral line. Absolutely. I think that's really rather special. Long finish. Which you like. I think that Kay's saying that she likes that. Yeah, I think the 22 and the 23. Sorry, not Kay, Rita. Sorry, Rita. I'm getting myself very confused. Thanks, Alison. So many friends, anything but Chardonnay, says Dan. They often won't even try it. I know, that's right. And we still have people who come into Cellador who say, I won't try the white wines because I don't like Chardonnay, I don't like Pinot Gris. So that gets my radar on, and I'm like, you've driven down that awful dirt road, you might as well try the wine. You can spit it out, it's all good. Getting a little petrichor, excellent fee. I agree. There's kind of there's definitely that sort of that dry dirt hit by hot rain. We might get some of that tonight, although I don't think the dirt's very dry out there yet. It's just been hot for a day and a half, and I think we're getting a cool change tonight. I was trying to work out what it was, because it's not quite that Riesling like kerosene or petroleum, but it's there's definitely some beeswax and a bit of lanolin coming up there, and even a little bit of a little bit of candle wax. It's lovely. Okay, we're not non-Gris people too. Yeah, Mornington Peninsula Gris is also a bit of a hidden gem. I've been educated. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. We haven't had Craig. We've had lots of rain over the last couple of weeks, but it's been hot and sticky today and yesterday. It's kind of clouding over. It's been clouding over all day though. We're supposed to have a cool change. It's supposed to get back down to 11 degrees tomorrow, I heard, but I haven't looked at the weather for another day or two. Rita, I agree. We need more rain for our dam here at Moorooduc as well. Nobody should disagree. Absolutely, Fiona. I think there's a lot of different Chardonnays out there, better, worse, different styles, something for everyone, some that you're not going to love. But Gris as well, I think there's lots of styles of Gris, Grigio. So I think you just need to keep tasting. You need to hook up with someone who's going to take you on a little journey, who cares about what you care about, whether it be, your local winemaker, whether it be your YouTube blogger, whether it be your local retailer. Anyone who's going to kind of get excited about wine with you and help you find things that maybe you wouldn't have found on your own. That's really awesome. There's still quite a lot of bad. So Cotty went off Chardonnay because they were too oaky and heavy. Absolutely. And Chardonnay, Australian Chardonnays are kind of gone woo, all crazy. Pedal pusher. What weekend do I keep free in my 2026 for our cooking weekend away? Happy to organise. We'll have to work on that. I think that is that Brett, Pedal Pusher 88? I think it might be. That means that you're live again. Or perhaps Michelle. I can't remember. I have a feeling it's Brett or Michelle that's Pedal Pusher. I know, but you guys aren't usually live with us, so how nice. Sonia, hello. It's very difficult trying to remember everyone's tags as well as their real names. Sonia, we do need to have a weekend away. I think that would be very good, but we haven't got anything in the diary as of yet, but we'll work on that. So Chardonnay had a bad patch and Gris has had a bad patch, but there are some really beautiful Pinot Gris and there's some really beautiful Chardonnays out there, as we all know. And I agree with Craig, but not everyone agrees with us, Craig. I think if you don't like Pinot Gris on skins, it's deal breaker, says Craig. But there are people who I'm still friends with who don't like Pinot Gris on skins. So it's okay because it means there's more for me to drink. So all of our ats have changed slightly. They have. Caravan parks are great. They have camp kitchens, says Kate. Interesting. Sue wants to have a weekend away cooking. We have to find somewhere to do it. Maybe we could go to McLaren Vale and rent that house that I rented with my English friends. That's quite a big house. I think, Kay, I like your idea, Kay, of going to a caravan park with a decent camp kitchen and lots of cabin accommodation. Sounds good. All right, Kay, can you do some research on that? Everyone else, send me an email if you're interested in a cooking weekend away, and then I'll pass it all over to Sonia to organise. That was a bit of a wicked cackle, wasn't it? I'm just feeling a little bit over organisy at the moment. So yes, that sounds good. Groovy, we'll talk about that again very soon. We'll get on the emails or on the WhatsApp chat or whatever. Okay, Dan has moved to the eastern suburbs. You're not allowed to camp anymore. It was part of our application. Sonia's got her van. We've got a few of you with vans these days. If we organise it ahead of time enough, then maybe some of our interstaters might be able to come down in their vans as well. What do you reckon, Craig and Karen? That could be quite fun. David's getting censored today. Is he now? That's probably because he's saying naughty things, David. Are you trying to out Craig, are you? What? You'll have to send me a text message with what you got censored or put it on the chat. All right. So, sorry. I've got it's definitely back to the Decemberitis. I've got my neck muscles into my shoulder muscles are seizing up because I've been doing too much work on the computer today. I need to do a glamping option. I think I would need a glamping option myself as well, Alison. Oh, I think that could be fun. Yes, David, what naughty things did you say? Fan at the ready. Good work. Excellent. We like a bit of silliness, but obviously YouTube does not approve of silliness. I have to say as well, I know that it's already been discussed at the beginning of things, but I was too busy talking about the wine. Fee, what a lovely birthday party you had last Saturday. Thank you so much for including the Drinks with Kate team. It was a delight. And for those of you who were there, it was ace to see you. And those of you who weren't there, we missed you. But it was a really fun day. And I was sorry I had to run away. But I did have to run away to a very, very funny event that I did, which I will tell you about briefly now. I was, that's all right, Peter. I'm glad you like it. David doesn't like camping. Okay, cool, fair enough. That's all right, David. We'll find a camping ground close to a glamorous hotel so you can go back to your glamorous hotel for the evening after the camp kitchen has been fully used. Yeah, Fee, it was a beautiful day. So thank you so much for having a birthday and for celebrating it and letting us come and share it with you. David and Fee put on some beautiful wines and some beautiful food, and we didn't get rained on, which was awesome. Speaking of rain, I know some of you are coming to the garden party on Saturday. I have sent out an email already, but I know that there's a lot of people who've booked in groups. So if you booked in a group and you're not the lead person on the group, please wear sensible shoes on Saturday. The ground is quite soggy, so any heels will sink into it. Girly heels will sink into the grass, and you'll have a miserable time. Sneakers would probably be best, I'd say, and I would say bring a Fiona. You always wear sensible shoes, outrageous shoes, and sensible shoes at the same time. Just leave your 6-inch stilettos at home. If you want to go walking in the vineyard, you'll need to go through a foot dip. So if you've got special shoes that can't go in bleach, then that's gonna spoil your fun a little bit. But most importantly, it's supposed to rain, so I'd wear a raincoat, maybe a hat. I was talked into suggesting that you bring umbrellas, but it's also going to be quite windy, and I find on a windy, rainy day, an umbrella is more of a hindrance than a help. But up to you. It's going to be a really fun day anyway, and we have some shelter along the way. But the whole point of the vineyard garden party is to walk around in the garden, so that's not sheltered. So wear appropriate clothes, or don't worry about getting wet. You'll have to drink your wine fast so it doesn't get diluted if it rains too hard. Bomb says only light wings. Okay, cool. Fingers crossed. Shell, please do another pescatarian lunch next year. I know we will, absolutely. RACV in Inverloch has great camping cabins and hotel rooms. Oh, that's a nice one, Peter and Karen. Lady Gaga sounds pretty good too, Rita. I would have trouble choosing between Lady Gaga and Garden Vineyard. I would absolutely come to Lady Gaga. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I think you did overcater with the wine. That's true. He can stay in a motel nearby. The wine, thank you, Dan. I would like to come back to the wine because we've all got a bit silly. The wine is, excuse my sniffs. The wine is looking gorgeous. It's got this really lovely chopped herbal note. As I said before, I think it's partly the bay leaf coming off the food, but it's got a bay leaf and thyme and sage kind of a note. This would be a beautiful wine to match to gnocchi or ravioli in a sage burnt butter. I think that would be really super, particularly if it was ravioli that was filled with lobster or possibly prawns or scallops. Could work really, really well. The salted lemon is coming up as well. It's got salty notes. It's got the oyster shell notes. Again, would be great with fresh oysters. We're coming out of oyster season now, but this wine's going to, if you've got some of this wine in the cellar, it's going to be better in 3 to 5 years. It's going to keep going for at least another 10 to 15 years. So make sure that you get enough of it that you can enjoy it over the years is my tip on this. We released it in October. We're getting close to the end of this and the Robinson Chardonnay from 23. I think we'll be able to eke it out for a little bit longer, but Leonie keeps getting cross with me whenever I steal a couple of bottles here and there because it is very tight. So if you haven't bought some and you like it, then you need some, make sure that it goes in your cellar. But yeah, what can I say? That minerality on the palate is so delicious. It's so refreshing. It's warming up a little bit in my glass. I'd probably, in the perfect world, have it a couple of degrees cooler, but that's okay as well. I don't mind. But yeah, I think this was this and next week's wine are the last of the 23 single vineyard wines that we haven't looked at. So I wanted to get them done before the end of the year. The Moorooduc McIntyre Chardonnay is always a bit of a favourite for me. As Jeremy mentioned to me the other day, because we're doing work in the vineyard and some of it's been pulled out and replanted, we're going to have less and less McIntyre Chardonnay for a couple of years. And then with the renovations in the old vineyard, they will come online in about 2027. So we'll hopefully have a bit more volume again from then on for a little while. So it's pretty exciting. And Dan, you're gonna have to go down to Five Way Cellars and get another one. I think that's not a bad idea. Please say hello to whoever's there, Chess or to Cookie or any of the team. I have to go back and do a tasting or a dinner or something with the Five Ways guys very soon. But it all got too crazy at the end of this year. Everyone's just like jammed up, and it's all too much. I was going to tell you a little bit while I'm, and please feel free to slip away if because the wine's getting better in the glass. I think it's pretty awesome. But I did want to tell you about my event that I went to on Saturday after Fee's birthday, which was the Melbourne Scots annual dinner, and we had. It was full Scottish. All the men were in kilts or tartan trousers. The women were also in full regalia more often than not. We had the ode to the haggis, and then we ate haggis. There was whiskey, and there was Moorooduc Estate Pinot Noir on the tables, which was really lovely. I gave a speech, which was not too badly received, which was nice. It made me very nervous. And it was a really fun night. So, big weekend. I'm looking forward to a few days of not doing anything at all one day soon, but that's not coming up for a couple of weeks. New house is just around the corner. That is absolutely so cool. Absolutely. What a brilliant resource to have within walking distance. You're so totally spoiled. Anyone who's not from Sydney and who hasn't been to Five Way Cellars, it's a tiny store in, is it Paddington there, Dan? I always get my suburbs around there a little bit mixed up, but it's sort of in behind the main streets, and it's on this 5-way roundabout, which is like, it's called Five Way Cellars. Ian Cook has been there forever. His son Chester is doing more and more these days, and Chess is fantastic. Does a great job, very enthusiastic. And it's a small wine shop, and every single bottle of wine they have on the shelf is brilliant. So you're never going to be disappointed with anything that you buy from there. And they've been very good supporters of Moorooduc for a long time. They don't always have all of our wines, but if they don't have the wine in, they know where to get it. So they're one of my favourite retailers in Sydney. Is the Pinot Noir the best match for haggis, says Craig? Well, the haggis that we had on Saturday night was incredibly peppery, as haggis usually is. Lots of pepper to kind of hide the livery taste of all of the offal in it. I think the one that we had was a pretty tame haggis. And it worked quite well with the Pinot Noir, but honestly, I think probably whiskey is the best match to haggis. The Hogwarts of wine shops, absolutely. Absolutely, Sonia. It's you do feel like you're going into a little magical place. A good Scotch is best with haggis. I absolutely agree, Kay. Unfortunately, I was driving home at the end of the night, so I could only have a little sip of the haggis. And they actually served. Okay, someone's going to be able to tell me what it's called. It's a special drink that they usually serve with haggis. Something like Athol Bray, I think it's called, and it's whiskey that's been sort of soaked in, that's had oats and honey soaked in it, and it was kind of cloudy, and it was very strong. It wasn't called Ambrosia, Craig. I'm pretty sure it was called Athol Bray, but I could be getting the name wrong. It was pretty strong, and they said either pour it on your haggis or pour it down your throat while you're eating your haggis. And I had a little sip, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not drinking all of that. That's very, very strong." It was pretty amazing. But yeah, it was a fun night, and if I ever get invited, Athol Bros, thank you, Kay. Athol Bros. I was close. I was pretty close. There we go. Got it. It's pretty funny stuff, but yeah, I think whiskey would be the way to go. Milk of the Poppy. Joan's an expert on the Athol Bros, really. Traditional Scottish whiskey-based drink made with oatmeal, honey, and cream, and often served alongside haggis. There you go. Everything. Thank you, Kay, and ChatGPT. or Wikipedia. Very good. Milk of the poppy. Goodness me. Yes. I drank a half a glass of the Pinot Noir. You're an asshole, Peter. All right. It does sound like breakfast, Kate, although I'm a little bit worried at anyone who starts their day with a glass of Athelbros. It sounds like porridge, the way I like to eat it with honey and cream on it. But the whiskey kind of takes it into afternoon to evening wear. Absolutely. I need a van to sleep over. I think maybe not. Pete, you're getting a bit of pushback, Pete. Pete is actually, you guys might not have known this about my brother, but Peter is absolutely the king of the very clever comment. He keeps it, he waits, he bides his time. He doesn't waste his time talking about stuff that's not worth talking about. But when he's got a funny thing to put down, he will get it. Who's Ethel? He's talking with a lisp. Sonia, Ethel, had an American accent. Quality versus quantity, absolutely. Thank you, Peter. Sometimes it's quite funny. There you go. All right, gang. I think on that note, I might love you and leave you. It's been awesome. Next week, if you've got the right wine in your box, we will be doing the 2023 Garden Vineyard Pinot Noir, which some of you may have seen reviewed in Friday's Australian Financial Review, Life and Leisure magazine. If anyone has that magazine and hasn't thrown it out, I would dearly love a copy or a photograph of the review. So if you have it, if anyone else has it, please flick it through to me, because I still haven't seen it and I'm kind of reticent to subscribe to the Financial Review to read one review, but would love it if you've got it. If you don't, we'll find it somewhere. Campbell Mattinson also gave us a lovely review for that wine. So Campbell Mattinson loved it. Max Allen loved it, put it in his top 10 for Christmas. So I'm very excited about that wine. Craig, that bottle of Jacob's Creek in your box is just a special wine for you. Okay, team. Kay, I thought you might be one of the people who might have an AFR subscription. I would love it. Please, thank you. I will owe you I'll owe you a bottle of wine for that. Thank you, everyone. Love the wine. Glad it loves the garlic. I'm glad that you're going rogue with your Japanese. Went well, Shell. Thank you again, Alison, for the saffron chicken recipe. Thank you, everyone else, for all the other recipes. Thank you, Karen, for the gougere recipe. I'll be making them very soon, and I'll probably have to open another bottle of 2023 McIntyre Chardonnay to go with them, because I think that would be an awesome match. Love you all. Take it easy. Stay. Who goes Shisho? I don't know. Gosh, Sonia, you're very good at asking the questions right at the end of things. I'm not sure who goes Shisho. I don't, but I'm sure we can take that onto the chat, and if anyone has any Shisho recommendations, because it's bloody delicious. Great evening enabled by great delicious wine, lovely crack. Thank you, everyone. Absolutely, Rob. She goes Shisho on the Shisho. Thank you, everyone. Love you all. See you next week. I'll see if I can do some research on Shisho for you for next week, Sonia. Take it easy, and I'll see you next week. Don't let December get you down. Cheers.